and I'll be queens every single day. There is calling me. All right, we need to take a hit because I definitely um have already been playing video games and I'm already stuck on video games right now. But we're gonna hang out and we're gonna smoke for a little bit. This pink pony girl. Oh mama. All right, cheers. My damn fan. I'm gonna turn the fan off. Hold on. All right. Cheers. Was in a bathroom in of leaving Tennessee. You've been too good to me. You guys, look at my cool cup. I do have coffee because I have been sleeping all fucking day today. So I need coffee. I should have refilled my cup before I came in here, but you know, whatever. I'll be high. I wish that I could hit that register right there, but you know, we're not. Every Saturday. I kind of want to put heels on. I can do that. But I have these socks on. Weed. Weed, weed socks. Hold on just a second. Hold on. I also have cowboy boots. All right, here we are. So I kind of want to like bedazzle these. Dude, look at these. Okay, I'm sorry. Like we gotta put this out. This is my pink pony girl shit. What? What is this? But we gotta like bedazzle these or some shit, right? I mean, they're already kind of like they already got like little silvery things on them. Skirt in your Google boots. All right, let's see how they look. These are just, I mean, like they're just stupid cute. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to like put like pink rhinestones on them though. Because they got these little straps to pull up. There we go. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry if that was loud. All right, let's see how these look. Can't really see them over here. These are my first pair of cowboy boots. I've lived in the Midwest, and this is my first cowboy boots. I need to get a standing desk. I keep saying this, and I just need to bite the bullet because it's only like $130. But yeah, because then I can wear cute shoes and shake my ass more, which, you know, yeah, I shake ass. But I feel bad because I feel like everyone should be looking at these at all times. And you can't when I'm sitting down. Howdy, Gil. What's up? You see my boots? Hold on. As soon as you put boots on, like, it's game over. Like, we're in there like swimwear, and we're like, we got it. Do some line dancing? I don't know. I want to put pink on these though. I want like pink bedazzled things. So, I don't know. What other songs sound good with boots? I don't know. We can do a metal song with some boots. That is funny. If I would totally. Hold on. I like EDM metal. This is too slow. Oh, we could do this one. My hair's not straight, so sorry. Please stop. But a girl like me. La 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 la. Dramatic cheers. Okay, so this is Chaperone, and this song is a song that I first heard of hers, and I had it in my playlist, I guess, and I didn't know who she was, but I was like, wait a minute, I have one of her songs in my playlist, and it's the one that's not even big. Like, it's not Pink Pony Club. It's not the one that they play on the radio. So this makes it a lot easier to take these off. I usually struggle with getting boots off. Alright. Pull these off. Ah! Let's fill up the vape. It kind of reminds me of the music that I grew up with. Like stuff that my mom listened to. And, like Madonna, kind of like 80s music. So it reminds me of just like dancing around the house and just having a good old time. So I'm super excited about like new artists doing something a little bit different. It's like good memories. And then I listen to metal. It's like either or. Like there's no in between. You're either metal or you're like super pop. Like, if you looked at all the pink that I wear, you would not think that, like, my favorite bands are a lot of, like, bands that literally scream. You might not be able to understand what they're saying, but that's not what it's about. It's about the music. So, cheers. We're going to smoke this. Take a sip of water first. Woo-wee. All right, cheers. Ooh, that tastes really good. Okay. Yeah, I could go to hell and probably be fine. Because it'd be hot. It'd be hot all the time in my room. Like, I swear to God. I don't like clothes. So, yeah. And then it's hot as hell in my gaming room. So, yeah, that's the reason why I wear, like, no clothes. I mean, of course, I want to be hot too, but for the most part, it's because it is hot. Like, I think I should, you know what? I think I'm gonna go get the hygrometer that's in my bathroom. Bring the hygrometer in here. And then we can see how hot it is because it is burning up. And of course, I know burning up for some people is completely different. Like, I have friends from the UK that think like 85, they're dying. Um, 85 in the house, yes, you shouldn't have it at 85 in the house. That is dying. But they think that's hot outside. And like, I've like went swimming in 118-degree weather before. 118 Fahrenheit. I guess I should change it to Celsius. I should start speaking in Celsius now. Oh man, I gotta start thinking about that stuff, especially like when it comes to like other measurements. I do measure. I measure my weed in grams. Um, I actually measure my like when I bake, I do measure. I like to weigh things. Now sometimes I will use cups, but for the most part, like I like to weigh because it's just so much more accurate. And then not only that, like your recipe is the same like every time. You don't have like an extra packed flour or a loose packed flour or anything like that. Or same thing with sugar too. You could have like packed sugar and then loosely sugar. So like if you weigh it, it's gonna be the same every time. So I mean, just like your weed, like don't just like here. I'm gonna put like a cup of weed in your bag. Could you imagine? People would be pissed as fuck. Here's a cup of weed in your. So why the fuck do we measure with cups? You wouldn't measure your weed that way. It's so funny because the first time that someone asked me about if I knew how to use a scale, it was one of my ex's like sisters or sister-in-law, or I'm not really sure. But they're from Malaysia. And so she asked me, she was like, do you know how to, measure this? And my boyfriend at the time, he just looks at me, he's like, I'm like, yeah, I know how to use a scale. And he's just like, and the funniest thing is like all his friends knew, but she didn't know. Cause it's really weird, like when it comes to like drugs or smoking or something, the guys like hide it from the girls. Like a lot of the girls don't know that they smoke. Like, and it's, I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what it is, but like, so like their sisters or anyone, like they didn't know that they, or if they did, they didn't discuss it, right? So it was one of those things where it was just a huge inside joke because, um, I smoke with the guys because I'm smoking, like, why not? But like, they knew that I knew how to weigh weed. And they were like, just cracking up laughing because like we're trying to bake and they're just laughing their asses off because they're like, yeah, Tiffany knows how to. She's probably one of the best that knows how to. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Shut up, guys. I do not smoke that much weed. I always smoke a little bit. Like, I mean, that's not very much. And I'm only like super particular, make sure that like, it's at the right fucking humidity at all fucking times. What a weirdo. Sticking my whole hands in here. I need to get gloves. Actually, I am gonna do that because I need to get the hygrometer turned around. You see that little black thing in there? Hold on. The humidity is a little bit high in this guy. So with this one, it's still drying and curing. I mean, I'm smoking it while it's still drying and curing, but like it's still drying and curing. So I leave it open, like it said 67 right now, so I'm gonna leave it open for a few hours and then I'm gonna close it back up later. And then I do have like these humidity packets too. So once they get to the right humidity, then I will typically stick these in there. That smells so good. This is the Tangerine Dream. It's basically gone. Actually, I have a whole thing of small buds downstairs, but I'm probably going to use it for hash oil. And these are kind of smaller buds too. But there's a little bit left of that one too. Well, hello, Hollywood. What are you doing? What you doing, Queen? Are you smoking? Are you drinking? Are you just here to hang out? I think everything good happens after midnight, but that's because that's when I'm awake. It's because I work night shift and stay on night shift schedule, and we really should have more grocery stores open. Yeah. Do you want the neurotypical answer or the neurodivergent answer? I will probably relate more to the neurodivergent answer. Um, the neurotypical answer is probably what everybody wants, right? Isn't that like when you walk down the street, you're just like, yeah, I'm great. How are you doing? How are you doing? What are you doing? I'm great. Oh, nothing. Knowing that you have like five things in front of you that you're doing right now, and that you also have so many things going on in your head, but you're just like, I'm good. So, how do you want me to answer? You know what? Let's do both. Let's do both. Because then we can relate them to each other. Like this is what to do. This is what you should do, but this is what people want you to do. It's like at work. Like they want you to, okay, yes, boss. But then there's times when you decide to neurotypical answer I give, well, enough. Enough? Yeah? So what's the neurodivergent answer? That was like a good time when she goes, ah, to like let out the smoke. Did you see my cup? How cute. I swear, I'm like, is there such thing as like a pink goth? Because if there was, like, I would be it. Like, I'm not really like gothic, and I like bright colors like pinks and shit. And I like cowgirl boots. And I like pop music, but I also like metal music. Isn't this cute? Thank you, Casey. Like, look at this. I love it. I have another one downstairs that's like pink and then has like pictures of like skulls all over it. But this is like, I have tons of, like, I have a, look at this guy. Look at him. There's pink goth. I forget what it's actually called. I think that's what I am. I don't know. And that's a candle, but I'm never lighting it. Yep. It's a candle that I'm never lighting. I also made some like Halloween candles out of like DIY shit. So I took like, you've probably seen it. The pool noodles and cut them, and then you take like um hot glue and you make like little drips on the hot glue, and then you paint it black. Super cute. I didn't know. Got a cute skull from Target with half its face and sparkly stuff. Oh my gosh. Halloween is my best time to like go shopping and not to go shopping for Halloween. If you get what I'm saying. Another thing that I have too. I mean, it's not pink, but you're gonna see my ass. I don't know if I have it plugged in. Are you plugged in, my guy? Oh, he's plugged in. But oh, let me see if I can turn it on. Maybe you can see. It's a skull, like oil thing, like oil warmer. Yeah, he's pretty cool too. Okay, all my skulls. So neurotypical is where we're at. Got it. Well, were you? Did you bring? Did you give the other one? I didn't even see neurodivergent. Oh, the neurodivergent answer. I'm drowning, buddy. Yeah. I mean, that's basically. We all know. The cool thing is like when you work with people and we're all just negative. It's like there's like some sort of teamwork going on when you're really extra negative about work and you're like, fuck this place. It's like you're so negative, you're positive. If that makes any sense. Like, this place sucks so much. We are at our wits' end and we're just making cracking jokes all the fucking time because this place is so, so not where we want to be. And it's nice when you have coworkers who you kind of have like dark we're like, hey, how's it going? I'm alive. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but so like that's our most common thing that we all say to each other at work. We don't know if being alive is a good thing or a bad thing right now, but we're here. Like, and it sounds bad, but like it's it's like a it's like a teamwork. We're teaming up to be negative together, and like we're on the same page about everything, and it's hilarious. It's not that I'm negative, it's that I need you to show them something positive. Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to positivity, like honestly, you gotta be willing to not think. And that sounds bad. But when they say that the people who are ignorant are the most happy, and I don't think necessarily you have to be ignorant. You just have to be able to step back and say, look, enough is enough. Enough is enough is enough is enough. I think that's Barbara Streisand. Okay. No, I think we're gonna be here. So might as well have a good time. And you know, I really hate is like, and I'm hoping that we're coming to this era of like, you just have a good time. I understand, like with us, we understand like we hate our job, but we could easily go to another job that we hate just as much. And if you're not going to be able to do what you actually want to do in life, you do that as a hobby. Do what you actually want to do in life, do it as a hobby, and enjoy it. So whenever you have extra time, that's what you do. With me, it's my gaming, my streaming. Um, so like, I work a shitty ass job so that I can work twice as hard on shit that I actually want to do. So, so I say well enough to neurotypicals. They don't understand that means just well enough, and they don't get that. Yeah, and I think that's where you're at. Like, I mean, like, I'm here. Like, I'm alive. Like, I'm being, and I'm trying to make the best out of everything. But I think with me, I've been a lot more positive a lot lately. Once I realized like I'm not doing what I want to do, and majority of people don't get to do what they want to do in life. Like when you're younger, like you could be anything you want. Like, yeah, you can if you get that opportunity, but sometimes that opportunity doesn't come your way. So when the opportunity doesn't come your way on something that you really want to do, or you don't want to actually do that much work, because that's where I decided like I was going to be a lawyer. I was on the path to law school. My last like 4 semesters, I had straight A's, was on the dean's list, prepared to go to law school. And then I said, shit, that's a whole lot of work for a whole lot of nothing. Because a lot of times lawyers, when you're first starting out, like you're not making a lot. You're not making a lot until you go to a firm or something like that. And it's not even like, yeah, I don't know. So if I'm not going to be what I want to be, then I'm going to be what I want to be and what I don't want to be. And I got to at least be able to say, you know what? That is enough. I'm good with that. Because yeah, if I could make money playing video games all day, fuck yeah, that's fucking amazing. But am I going to get that privilege? No. But I can go to work and I can pay for my video games and I can play my video games on my spare time. Toaster, what's up? Hiyo. Hiyo. People got extra spoons to spin on themselves. Oh, I was going to go to law school till I realized that law and morality were exactly law and ethics, being ethical. Like there's so much shit that goes on in law. Like, so my major was law and society with a minor in public administration. And so law and society is basically how laws impact society. And do you know how many times I read something or um look through different cases about people being falsely accused and still being given the death penalty? um you know People, prosecutors pushing people to um admit they're guilty when they're not guilty just so that they will get a plea bargain. If they rat somebody out, they're going to get this. They're going to be able to go scot free. And this is like a normal occurrence. And people are literally being locked up and they shouldn't be. They're being locked up because somebody else doesn't want their life taken from them. And you can't give someone an incentive. Of course they're going to lie. They're that type of person. They're already a criminal. They're already that type of personality type that is going to lie. Do you think that they're not going to lie to you? This is already a personality trait of them. They're thieves. And you're going to give them a bargaining tool and not think that they're going to lie? You know they're going to lie. And the only reason why you're doing this is because you want a win, a point next to your name. Because when it comes to law, it's all about how many cases you've won. And a plea bargain is a win. And guess what the majority of lawyers are before they actually get their own firms or they join a firm or whatever? They're prosecutors. They want that on their resume. They want those wins on the resume. And it's bullshit. Lit just executed a dude in America. Yep, less than a month. Those proven innocent. Yep. I can't even remember what, wasn't it in Missouri? Wasn't it here in Missouri? It was like somewhere pretty like Midwest. But Arkansas, maybe? I don't know, but it was somewhere close by. Because I remember being like, dude, this is fucked. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that like turned me away from law. Proven innocent and executed. And that's what we have come to. Like in 2024, we have fucking cyber trucks. We have like e vehicles. We have like all this shit. And this is what we're doing. We have all this technology. It's ridiculous. We're gonna play something. Ooh, this is a good song. Hold on. Life is too loud. Yeah, no, life is too loud. I think when it comes down to, um, hold on, I need to take a hit of some weed real quick. Always been intrigued at the psychology behind laws affect the perceived value of certain actions. Yeah. There's just it's so much. And I absolutely love doing research and finding things that like other people didn't find in certain cases. And like I remember one time going to class and this was a law class and we were supposed to read this passage in this thing and determine whether it was right or wrong and look at, you know, what other laws set precedents. So when everyone was reading, everyone was like, this isn't right, this isn't okay, blah 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 blah, all this other stuff, right? And I'm literally the only person that's straight up like, that doesn't matter of what you think is ethical and unethical. This law over here sets precedence to this, so therefore this isn't it may be unethical, but it's legal. It's 100% legal due to this previous law that set precedents and this and blah 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 blah. But it's just weird how when you're in college still, it takes so much out of like people don't want to lose that. They're like, no, we're here, but like you still have that mindset that the world is perfect and everything is great and we're in America and blah 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 and we're in the United States and it's just this big old and then you're like they want to keep that thought even though it's right in front of their face. And laws there because someone tried something. Yeah. Like how many things if they were legal tomorrow would people flip the switch from demonizing to celebrating it? Yeah. Or like the fact that people have I mean, we can go deep, deep, deep into laws and them being created. I mean, there's so many racist laws. There's so many sexist laws. Like there's so many laws that when you go and you look, you're like, what the hell? Where did this come from? Like, and you can see it throughout history of the way that laws impacted society. And you're like, how did we miss this when we were celebrating parts of history, you know, like the New Deal and everything? We missed a whole group of people. We missed we said yes, a minimum wage is great for Americans. That's great, except for those that are involved in domestic and farm labor. Who were the people who held the majority of domestic labor? So that's like a maid, a cook, and farm labor out in the fields. Who held those jobs? So you're just continuing slavery. And this was way after slavery has already been abolished. And you have like little things of that in the law that have continuously put people back and set people back, and that you're not even taught that. You weren't even taught that it literally left out an entire group of people. You know what? Okay. I worked at a school briefly. It was a high school. And what they did was they were reading a book. I can't remember what book it was, right? I know what it is. It's a very, very, very famous, popular book, but for some reason, I can't think of it, and you'll probably figure it out. But it talked about slavery in the book. They used the N word in the book. Um, some of the kids, what they do is when they're studying, they ask questions. So what the teacher allows them to do is just like, okay, write on a card, what question do you have, about the book. And then, this is so you're studying for the book. One question that was asked was, let me see exactly like how it was put. Basically, it was, can slave owners still be good people? And when that question was asked, you had part of the room where it was like in the middle was like, I don't know. Then you had part of the room that was like, no. And you had the part of the room that said yes. There was like two kids in part of the room that said maybe, and the rest of them were all yes, that a slave owner could be a good person. And I was so surprised. Like, it hurt my feelings so much. Like, these are kids like I help day in and day out, and I just like, it hurt me like hard. Like I love these kids, and for you to think that, like, it's just crazy to me. And mind you, like, this is in a school with a lot of uh it was a predominantly white school. I mean, there was like one Asian girl in the class. I don't even think there were any black people in the class. I was the only black person there. So it was like, okay. And so I finally had to like tell them, I was like, look, um, more than likely, if I was alive during slave days, I would have been a product of a rape. And not only been a product of rape, but I probably would have been myself, and that's just what happens. Like, that's just the norm. Like, back in the day. And it's like, I hate to like break it to you, but no. No, if you're keeping someone's life, I don't care if even if you're not doing the worst of the worst to them, no one wants to be a slave. I want to be able to do what the fuck I want to do when the fuck I want to do it. Weird. If you're controlling any part of anyone's life, it's not okay. You don't think they want to go to the movies? You don't think they want to get paid? Or such fickle things. I thought about studying theology. Went, oh my god. Jesus. Theology, that sounds like. Oh. I wanted to do philosophy. Once I studied political philosophy, I was like, oh shit. When I am like addicted to the Leviathan now. Like, I don't know why. That's just like, it's literally like, I don't know. Anything that says Leviathan on it, like, I want it. Like, I literally drink wine called Leviathan because anyways. Um but yeah, no, I am. And you know what? It's funny because I tell myself now, I'm like, what's something that I like doing? I like going to school. I love writing essays. I love like researching stuff and like writing a nice organized essay, with a thesis and like it's just like it's nice. But philosophy and religion are two sides of the same coin in my opinion. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I could see that. I mean, there's a lot to do with religion and a lot of that older shit. Um, but yeah, some of the allegory of the cave is one of my favorite stories. Let's have high philosophy, dude. I thought about it. I was like, I could do high history. Like that would be a good time. Like, cause they have like drunk history. I do like high history, high philosophy. Fuck, I would hella do that shit. No, because then I'd be getting shit wrong. I'd be getting people's like names and shit wrong. Like I'm always like that. I'm bad with names. But if someone was in here to correct me, it'd be okay. Maybe have a cheat sheet ready. Allegory of the cave. No one will want to hear that. I'm so boring. Literally, like, what are your hobbies? I mean, I like playing video games, but like, I'm not good at video games. I like playing video games. I'm just not good at them. But when it when it comes to essays, oh, I fucking always get an A. I could write that essay the night before and still get an A on that bitch. Okay, I've done it many of times because typically I've already done all of the research by then. Because I am one of those people that I'm like, I'm going to the library. And then my professor told me like, you do too much, Tiffany. Like, you don't need to do all this shit. But I'm like, but I'm not doing anything else anyways. And this is like my one project that I'm like putting my heart into. He made the mistake. He made the mistake of giving us all of the information for the end of the year, like the end of the year project. He made the mistake of giving it to us the beginning of the semester. Guess who was in the library all the time, like focusing on that project? He was like, Tiffany, you're doing too much. But I love research. Oh, I need more weed. No, the allegory of the cave. I don't know what's play this. I don't, like I said, I don't remember names. I'll be fucking up names and shit. We're gonna look it up. Hold on, fuck. Let's fucking. I'm about to do this bitch. Yep, it is Play-Doh. Yeah, you were right. You are correct, sir. I'm like, what the fuck? I get someone's name wrong for sure. I'm bad at that shit. I remember bits and pieces of shit. That's my problem. I had a friend who was in my poli sci class, and I would literally say things, and I'd be like, "Yeah, but isn't there like this thing with this thing and that thing?" And I'm like missing certain like key things. This dude would fill in all of my blanks. I don't know. I don't even remember the dude's name. But I'm like, how are you? Yeah, what he said. Like, I would be like, not like, because like with my ADHD, like I only pick out bits and pieces. Like when I read stuff, I don't read everything. I only read the important parts. So the way that I like put it together, I might not remember the name of something, but I can remember the gist of it, like what's going on or whatever. If I were to switch my major, it'd be to history or political science or philosophy. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I should have just become a history teacher at this point. Like, I honestly think that, like, I would love to just teach, like history or government. Um, yeah. But I would have to do it in like high school or college because I'm teaching real history. People are going to get mad at me. But I'm not going to skip stuff just because it's not conducive to what you're trying to portray as um a nation. I'm going to talk about history and I'm going to talk about government the way that it is, the way that it sits. I'm not going to leave things out. It's going to be all encompassing. I'm serious about this shit. So this was like I would probably have to be a high school history teacher because you want to know what my history teacher did? The first history 101. First history. You're coming straight from high school, right? I'm in the Midwest. First thing she says, day one. This is just a reminder that we all came from Africa, okay? And she goes on, and she's just explaining that. Day one. She said all this, and I was like, I don't have any weed in there. What? What's that? You know what? You know what I loved about philosophy too? Fucking logic games. Um Another thing that I God, I forget what it's called. Um is it it's like a logic game? What is it? Like um they're like equations. Um hold on. I'm gonna try to figure out what they're called. Because there's a specific name for them. But it's like you're simplifying the equations. Okay, let me. And then you have like A naught, B naught, B naught. Like I mean, it's like more of just like logic shit. But like there was these like there was like these logic rules that we had, and each meant something. POTUS, modus ponens, no, modus ponens. Okay, it's a logical rule. So yeah, so we had all these like no one wants to hear about this shit. This is logical rules, and that was the most fun I've ever had in my life. Was doing that or doing like data analysis, doing like my professor was doing research. It was like kind of like research over labor, and that was fun. That was a good time. Just figuring out numbers and figuring out that certain things that we thought might have, had a correlation didn't have a correlation at all. And things like, oh, the person who doesn't take vacation or whatever is the highest paid person. It's like in reality they're like the lowest paid person. The people who always take their vacation, those are the people that actually get paid more. Weird, huh? But that was just according to what data she had. But there's always different factors. This is at one company. That doesn't say that that's like that at any other company. So, to Greek historian, known colloquially as the father of history, more thorough. Okay. Interesting. Didn't know that. Now you got me intrigued. Should we look up some shit? This is the shit I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me see if I can. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is modus ponens and modal tones. This is the shit that. Yeah, like, it's so much fun. It's fun when you, like, get a set of research and then, like, you make an inference to, you know, you're like, oh, this is definitely how this is going to turn out because this is what we always, like, assume is. Like, we would assume the person who doesn't take vacation is probably the highest paid, and, or, you know, we'd assume whatever. And so, like, I'd fail to reject the null because, like, I thought things that weren't as well, and at this specific place too. But you always have to say that because it's not a generic rule across the, you know, it's just in this one specific company. But yeah, doing like these different roles was like my favorite thing. And my like professor, she would go and she would like we'd have a sheet of stuff and we'd like do them. And we got to the point where I was working with her like one on one, and so she would just randomly write one out, and then I would like do it, and I'm like, I felt so cool, like it was the coolest thing. Like she's making like special equations for me to try and figure out, and I'm like, dude, I can follow some rules. Okay, that is the one thing I can do is follow rules. They see at me at work, like I be fucking off so much at work, but I can also follow rules. So I get my rate, I get my fuck off time, and I make sure I don't, you know, I'm not away from my station too long, you know. So if I'm away for like 10 minutes, it's not a big deal. 10 minutes on every hour. So I go and like mess around, you know. I can follow rules. I'm gonna push them to their limit, but I can follow some rules. But yeah, no. I'd like to do that again. Reminds me of a logic question. If all bloops are razzies and all razzies are lazies, then lazies must be. Bloops are razzies and all razzies are lazies, and lazies must be bloops. That's easy. Let's start doing logic games. No, it's like preparing for law school logic games, but it's fun at the same time, right? Don't people think that's fun? See, I'm so weird. Like people don't think that shit's fun. Weirdo. I'm gonna play logic games. What's the intelligence quotient test? My thing is I'm hella fucking ditzy. I'm not very. I'm not intelligent, but if I need to find something out, I can find it out. IQ test. Yeah, I probably not pass that. Is there even a pass or fail, or is it just like a low number, high number? Everyone passes. That's what I'm saying. It's a spectrum. Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh man. Let's start doing. Start doing high logic games. Oh my god. I do miss doing that shit. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to like at least like pull out like something. You know what would be kind of cool is if I taught myself programming in R. Um, because if I'm gonna like do like random ass stupid shit like write essays and shit, and I'm gonna like try and find data and like fuck with it, I might as well learn how to program. Cheers. Programming in R or state. I know that some people use Stata, but I think programming in R is like widely used. Then I can make graphs. But I can already do that in Excel. So I was eating this salad and I'm not feeling the salad. I also went and got chicken today and that wasn't a good time either. Chicken soup? That kind of sounds good. I had chicken wings from Popeyes. Ooh, it's homemade. You know what? I've been wanting chicken and dumplings. Oh yeah, yeah. You gave everyone the vid, didn't you, Gil? I'm the BADDESD. It's one of your besties. Yep. Toast. Chicken and dumplings are great. My grandma made some good chicken. My grandma did too. Like I learned how to like cook from my grandma. It's funny because me and my mom were having this like not like this argument, but like we are discussing like, and I was like, my grandma did a lot of shit for me. You know, like my mom was a single parent, like, and then like so my grandma always watched me. And like in the summers and stuff like that, we definitely were. All of me and my cousins were over at my grandma's house. And I told her, I was like, I learned how to cook. I mean, like, my mom knows how to cook really well, but my mom knows how to cook weird shit. Um, my mom can't cook like the old school collard greens and cornbread, and she can't cook uh all that shit. Like, so, like, I learned all that shit from my grandma. Like, everything. Like, down from making a grilled cheese sandwich to fucking chicken and dumplings. Um, salmon croquettes. Like, who the fuck knows how to make a salmon croquette these days? Nobody. I know. I know. Then there's other things like how she makes her tea, her sweet tea. I know that. No, nobody else knows how to make my grandma's sweet tea besides me because me and her were like, it's tight. My other cousin might know. She probably know. She definitely knows. I got one cousin that she probably definitely knows. It's probably between me and her both. Well, actually, I will say it was between me and her both because we did do Thanksgiving together, so last year or whatever, and me and her mainly did majority of the cooking. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, when it comes to like all that little stuff, my grandma's pancakes. Okay, how do you like your pancakes? I like crispy edges. You can't go to a restaurant and get crispy edges pancakes. Like they don't serve them like that. They're too like I need crispy edges. So I need you to take a big old glob of butter, go smack that in the pan, and I need you to take that pancake batter and get them crispy edges and flip it over and eat that. See how much water we have. Oh, I'm starting to get back to my original drinking of the water. I'm usually empty. I'll probably be empty in about 15 minutes from now. For a while there, I wasn't drinking very much water. And I gotta start getting on my water drinking. I'm on a diet, but the reason why I'm on this diet is because I keep on eating a bunch of like fast food and it's just making me feel like bleh. And I can't do that right now because I'm working a lot of hours and that's not a good time. So I'm going on like this mini diet that's gonna just consist of probably a lot of vegetables and a lot of shakes and shit like that. Mainly shakes and meal replacement shit because like I'm just trying to do something. um I'm busy, which is the reason why I'm eating fast food, which is not an excuse because I have time. I can do it. So that's something that I'm gonna do is starting to like make my own lunches and shit like that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna start prepping the food. We're gonna start. It's gonna be good food, but like I can do like fried rice and shit like that. I think. I'm trying to think of what I should cook though. I think like fried rice or something easy like that. Or cuz that if it's not heated up too much, like it's still going to be decent. Guess what? What did I say? So this lipstick does not stay on very well. Does that look? What if my lips were like that? Well, like I mean, like don't they have like fillers or something that can make it? I have eggnog. I just drink it out of the fucking carton because I'm an adult and I can do that now. I love eggnog. That's the only thing that's why I said I'm like on a mini diet because it is winter time and pumpkin stuff is out and I love pumpkin and eggnog and all that shit. So it's a mini diet. It's a diet just to kind of get rid of fast food, basically. That's what I'm doing. Get rid of fast food and the sodas. The sodas. Ugh. I gotta get rid of them. And the sodas is Dr. Pepper. I am a I love fountain drink Dr. Pepper. Love McDonald's Dr. Pepper crisp. Here's the problem though. There's a coupon where when you get a Dr. Pepper or a drink, you buy a drink and you get a free medium French fry. And that's like every day they had that. And that was my problem. Was I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get a Dr. Pepper, but I'm gonna get a free French fry too. So that contributed to like just like not really feeling good because like the soda kind of makes me feel like bloated, if that makes any sense. So that's where I'm like, And it's just a feeling. It's not like how I look or anything. It's the weirdest thing. It's just a feeling that I have. I just feel like I'm like, bleh, bleh. Feeling this up. But yeah, that was disgusting. I ate around the chicken. I'm not like really big on like I don't know. I had a really good salad this weekend. That was really good. Like I'm like thinking about it. I gotta figure out what kind of salad that was. Because I want another one of those. That was so good. All right, let me stop. Who is this? Is it Joyner? It is Joyner. The thing is, I love to hate Joyner. There's some things in his songs that be like, Joyner, I don't like that you said that. But I like this. But I be loving the way that he raps, though. Alright. But like your dance should be called something. What dance? Which one? I need to go get. Yeah, what dance? I'm gonna have to get some water soon. No, it was Joyner Lucas. Like, I hate to love Joyner Lucas. There's some things I'd be like, why do you say that? That's there's some things he says in his raps, and I'm like, oh, you could have not said that. You could have not. But I still like the way that he raps, and that's just like one of my things. Which is like, dang it. Like, I appreciate the art. It's like Kanye West. I hate Kanye West. But some of his songs just hit, and I can't stop myself. It's disappointing. It's really disappointing. I don't like him. I don't want to like him. I don't want to like his music. But I do. Like, and it's not a good time. I don't trust anyone who's ever uh, been around him purposely. Kanye is that guy, but he makes good art. Exactly. And so it's like, God, I want to listen to him. I really want to listen. You know, one person that I never really listened to a lot of was Drake. Drake was very radio shit. So like obviously I knew his shit because of the radio because it's like pop shit, but like there was one time I was on stream and Drake came on my shit and I was like, "What is this?" Like I was like, "This sounds horrible. Like what is it?" And it was fucking Drake. I have zero songs like by Drake. I have the only song that I had was there's I think her name's like Gina Aiko or whatever. She has a song featuring Jake, and I like her song, or I have her song in my yeah, and literally has never ever ever in the history ever suggested me to listen to Drake, and it's right in the middle of this issue with um oh my god, Kendrick Lamar. Jesus, I've literally lost it. The Kendrick Lamar shit. I'm like listening to Kendrick Lamar shit. I've listened to Kendrick Lamar for years. Never really listened to Drake, but then all of a sudden Drake is coming up on my suggestions, like in the middle of this beef that's going on. How much did you pay to do that? How much did you pay to force the algorithm to play Drake? Like, how much money was paid? Because I don't ever listen to Drake. And yet Spotify suggested it, which is like weird as fuck. Never has ever once. It's weird. I'm like, maybe I do have some Drake stuff from like years ago. Maybe I do have someone dug down somewhere. But I don't listen to any of that shit anymore. I need to go and delete that shit. But like I don't listen to any old stuff. So like yeah, I might have listened to Drake back in the pop days when he was all poppy Drake. But like I haven't listened to any of that shit anytime recently. At all. But yeah, Kanye is one of those that's like I don't even trust I don't even know. I don't even trust the people that just be like, yeah, I intentionally slept with Kanye. Like, you did? You sure you didn't drug you? Because, like, I can understand that. No, you, like, you purposely slept with him? Like, you purposely. It's okay. You dressed up like what for Kanye? Oh, like your whole face covered, like entire face cut. Oh, okay. Um, like you were okay with this. You weren't drugged. You weren't like forced to do it. And we're supposed to take advice from you now. We're supposed to take advice from you. know if you slept with Kanye and you wore that thing over your face. I don't think I don't maybe no maybe don't discuss politics. Maybe just keep that to yourself. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Kanye weirdo. And sometimes like obviously what they do with their kid. And I mean, the funniest thing is she seems pretty legit. Like they're Northwest. Northwest seems like she's very quick to humble her parents and let them know. Um, but she's a fucking character in herself. I mean, but some of the stuff like Lion King shit, like maybe not. Like let's just not. I mean, she's a great kid. Do that in your high school musical, like high school, you know, or like or whatever she's in. I don't know what she's in middle school. Do that at your do that at that stuff. No, I'm sure you're gonna get an in there somehow. Do that. You're still a kid. Be a kid for a little bit. Do kid shit because you still sound like a kid. So you gotta be with the kid shit. Those other kids that be on the road like that, they don't sound like kids. They sound like adults, which is weird. They do kid shit. I don't know. I guess I wish I never grew up. I mean, here's the thing that I wish though. I wish that as a child I felt like okay enough to be myself. Um and now that I'm old, I'm ready to be myself. But like you always have to like if you're like super flamboyant and like super like wild and out there, like people look at you like, oh, you're attention whore. And I am. I mean, but that's just who I am. It's a good time. I'm having a good time. You're having a good time. I don't see what the problem is. Why else would I be here? To not get attention? I think that's the opposite of what I would want to be doing, is not getting attention. Um, if I wanted to not get attention, I would just not be here. Like that makes sense. Maybe think about what you say before you say it. Yeah, we could call that a dance and a song. Think about what you say before you say it. Because it didn't make no sense. Alright, I need to go get water. Sir, sir, I need some water. Sir, please. Can I, sir, I need water. Alright, I'm gonna be back. Bye. I'll be back. Oh, I should have got coffee, but I got eggnog. Gil made me get eggnog. I gotta get rid of this bad shit anyways. I got chips and dip because I need to get rid of this. Because I'm done. I'm done eating snack stuff. Eggnog buddies, dude, but yeah, that's gonna be my problem though, is I love to bake during the winter. But that's another reason why I need to like do this is because like I'm gonna be baking a lot more. And I'm gonna bake. Toaster. Love you guys so much. I keep on breaking the chip. Damn it. I want friends. I think the point is that you can have friends, just not this one. It's like one of those things where it's like someone calls your best friend their best friend. No, sir. Mm. You can't handle friends. This song gets me ready for work. I kind of like it.